New features. Feature number 1, a side-sloping flexible display. Galaxy S6 Edge comes with a flexible AMOLED display that has a plastic instead of glass substrate, and bends over both the left and right edges of the new flagship. Besides the cool factor, these can glow in different colors depending on who the caller is, for instance. Number 2, a 2600 mAh battery. Galaxy S6 Edge is equipped with a 2600 mAh juicer, slightly larger than on the S6, which Samsung says is good for 12 hours of browsing on a charge, and we will put those claims to the test once we get our mitts on the curvy flagship. Number 3, ultra slim design. Insiders were also correct in suggesting that the Galaxy S6 Edge is on its way with a super slim body. At 0.27 inches and 6.8 mm, the S6 Edge is among Samsung's thinnest and rivals other heavyweights such as the iPhone 6. While as anorexic a build has its drawbacks, we can't deny what our senses tell you: the S6 Edge feels exquisite in the hand. Number 4, a 16 megapixels camera with f1.9 aperture and OIS. By all means, it would appear that we've finally entered the age of optical image stabilization, a great plus for photography buffs and amateurs alike. Indeed, the Galaxy S6 Edge inherited the 16 megapixels camera from the Note 4, smart OIS and all. Keep in mind, though, that we still aren't 100% positive that we're looking at the exact same sensor, and there's always room for improvement software-wise, so the Galaxy S6's camera can prove better or worse. Number 5, an improved selfie camera. When we reviewed selfie cams back at the end of 2014, we found the Galaxy S5's 2.1 megapixels front-facing unit to be lacking in comparison with what its rivals had to offer. Samsung used a much superior 3.7 megapixels camera with the Note 4, and is again upping its game with a 5 megapixel snapper with f1.9 lens. 6. A 64-bit processor. Ever since Apple introduced a 64-bit processor with the iPhone 5s and updated the built-in app stack to make use of the technically superior architecture, the topic of 64-bit processors in Android handsets has been a recurring one, never to be perceived as being behind on a supposedly hot piece of technology. Samsung has made sure that the Galaxy S6 Edge has both the hardware and software backbone that would allow it to call itself a 64-bit device, the processor tasked with keeping the S6 Edge speedy is the homegrown 14nm Exynos 7420 with 8 cores. The chip is expected to offer better performance whilst needing less juice to run than the Snapdragon 810, which was built on an inferior, all things being equal, 20nm process. Number 7, new Samsung Pay mobile payment service. Samsung will be introducing a new mobile payment service, aptly named Samsung Pay, in the US in the second half of the year. The company was quick to point out that its service will be device, merchant, and card issuer agnostic, which in turn will supposedly make it by far the most popular service of its kind. Number 8, wireless charging. A nice little surprise with the Galaxy S6 Edge is the inclusion of a chip for wireless charging that will work a plethora of already available pads on the market, at least so long as they support either the WPC or the PMA standard. Number 9, even faster wired charging. Samsung also told us to expect super low charging times with the Galaxy S6 Edge. Apparently the successor to the Galaxy S5 can charge up to 1.5 times faster and provide about 4 hours of usage after just 10 minutes of being plugged in. Number 10, quick launch for the camera. Another neat little feature the Galaxy S6 Edge will offer is referred to by Samsung as quick launch. What it does is pretty simple: double-click the physical home button, and you'll be transported to the camera app right away. The company cites a 0.7 second average load time before you're ready to snap. Number 11, a display made for the outdoors. According to Samsung, the Galaxy S6 Edge's Super AMOLED display will offer brightness levels of up to 600 nits, which is theoretically more than sufficient for a great outdoors viewing experience. In fact, if the display of the new Galaxy flagship can really reach those values, you shouldn't have issues using it even directly under the sun. Number 12, Quad HD Display. The Galaxy S5 Advanced aside a regional abnormality, the Galaxy S6 Edge will be the first mass-produced Galaxy S-line smartphone with a Quad HD 1440 by 2560 resolution. Number 13, 3 GB of DDR4 RAM. The amount of RAM available on board is yet another way in which the Galaxy S6 is upping the ante compared to its predecessor. We're now looking at 3 GB of LPDDR4 memory, which should be plenty enough for you to do some serious multitasking. Number 14, up to 128 GB of UFS 2.0 internal storage. While Galaxy S6 Edge users will have to make do without a micro SD card slot, they will have the option of purchasing a model with 128 GB of internal storage, enough for most people's entire music and photo libraries, plus a few full-length movies. Number 15, an extra color. While the two phones share the white pearl, black sapphire, and gold platinum color schemes, blue topaz is reserved for the Galaxy S6 only, while this green emerald pictured here will only be unlocked to you if you shell out the extra dough for the Galaxy S6 Edge. Cruel Samsung, we know. Thanks for watching, like, comment, share and subscribe.